Hi friends, we are doing our fraction mission, lesson 26. It's called Decompose whole number fractions greater than 1 using whole number equivalents with various models. Okay, so basically that means I'm going to talk you through how to kind of manipulate some fractions, and we're going to use number bonds. So remember in lesson 24 we had this square, and we folded it and cut it in half, and so 1/2 and 1/2 equals 1 whole unit. So I'm sorry, 1 whole. So 1/2 unit and 1/2 unit equals 1 whole. Then remember how we had something like this, and we divided it into fourths, and then we cut it. Well, that's like saying for our number bond, we could say something like this. So here is 1/4. Here is 1/4. Here's 1/4. And here's 1/4. So, because fourths come from cutting halves into 2 equal pieces, so if I cut this in half right here, the half into half, that would equal 1/4 and 1/4. So 2 over 2, which is our whole, 2 over 2, can also equal 4 over 4, because we have 4 fourths. What would happen if I decided I wanted to add, so we have a half there, a half there, and I wanted to add 2 more of these, 2 more halves. Let me turn that the other direction here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 halves. So how do the parts change if we change the whole to look like this? Does this stay the same, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4? What do we need to do? We need to change the parts so that the number bond is true. We need to change these parts so that the number bond is true. So that means we have to add more fourths. 1 here, 1 here. Let's see if I can move some of this. 1 here, and 1 here. So now I have this one, this one, this one, and this one. So it's getting pretty crowded and pretty big. Don't you agree? It is. It's getting pretty crowded. So what should we do? Instead of showing copies of the unit fractions, so these are all copies, 1/4, 1/4, they're all copies. Instead of showing copies, maybe what we could do is combine some. So maybe 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Let me just get rid of some of my dry erase marker here. So I'm combining 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4, which is 4 over 4. And that takes care of this 1/2 and 1/2. And then if I would combine these 1/4, because this is one whole all together. So then I would draw a circle around this, and that takes care of these two holes. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it's really, really crowded with that, so I want to show you one more time what I just did. So I had 1/2 and 1/2, which is one whole, and I also had 1/2 and 1/2, which is another whole, which is a total of 2 holes, right? So then I make, this is my whole, so 2 holes. Then I'm going to say 4/4, which equals 1 whole, right? And 4/4, which equals 1 whole, which equals 1 plus 1 is 2 holes. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we can show the equivalent. Let's see. We can show the equivalent number bonds on a number line. So I'm going to draw a number line. I'm going to have a 0 as the beginning, and I'm going to have a 2. Let's put that on top as the end point. Right in the middle will be a 1. So it's like saying if I laid down one whole rectangle is 1 whole unit, and if I laid down another whole, here's my second whole unit. But we need to divide this up into fourths, because look at what we did for our number bond. So I know that fourths is 3 lines. So I'm going to say 0/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Box it, because that's my 1 whole unit. 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, and 8/4. And box it. Okay? So if we go back to this one, we can say 4 plus 4, so 4/4 plus 4/4 equals 8/4. And that's the same right there. Okay? So another way to write this, there's so many different ways. 1 whole is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. That's 1 whole. 2 wholes is 4/4 and 4/4. 4 plus 4 is 8/4. So what is the relationship between when we had all of the fourths versus just these? Our number bond is 2 on the number line. Looks just like the model 2, or just like this 2 holes. But this model right here has halves as the whole. 4 halves make 2, so they are the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 halves are 2, so they're the same. All right, very good. Now let's go into our lesson 26. Notes. All right, so here we go. These are lesson 26 notes, and it says add fourths to complete the number bond. Okay, so as we just learned, 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1 whole unit. 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1 whole. So there are 2 wholes here. So we know 1 whole is 4/4, and another whole is 4/4. So 4/4 plus 4/4 equals 8/4, which is also the same as 2 wholes. Okay, go ahead and turn your page. There's nothing on the back, so let's go into our 26 exit ticket. Okay, Irene has 2 yards of fabric. 2 yards of fabric. Draw a number line to represent the total length of Irene's fabric. So that's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is Irene cuts the fabric into pieces of 1/5 yard in length. Partition or part the number line to show her cuts. Okay, so we're going to make a number line. We label this 0, and she has 2 yards, so I'm going to put 2 here, and I know halfway between would be 1 whole yard as well. It says that she's going to cut into pieces of 1/5 yard. So if we have 1/5, 5 minus 1 equals 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we know this is 0/5. That's no cuts. 1 cut, 2 cuts, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, and I box it in because that's 1 whole, 1 whole. 6/5, 7/5, 5. 8/5, 9/5, and 10/5, and again I box. Okay, so it says what it's asking us is, okay, Irene cuts her fabric into pieces of 1/5 yard in length. Partition the number line to show her cuts. Okay, so that's her cuts right there. So each one of these is going to be a cut. Let's turn our page. How many 1/5 yard pieces does she cut altogether? Altogether is a key word. Altogether. Use number bonds with copies of wholes to help you explain. Okay, so I'm going to turn this back so we can look back. So we have 5/5 is 1 whole, and we have 10/5, which is 2 wholes. So she has 2 wholes of fabric, which is which equals 10/5. Okay, I'll post this on Dojo.